above the player's field of view. This technique was saves memory. 49. During the development of Cyberpunk 2077, CD Projekt Red partnered with several companies. These companies include Vancouver-based studio Digital Scapes to create additional tools. 50. Multinational technology company NVIDIA to implement real-time ray tracing. 51. Developer clock for quality assurance. 52. In addition, artificial intelligence company Jali Research helped CD Projekt Red implement lip syncing for all 10 localizations through procedural generation. 53. CD Projekt Red used a first-person perspective to immerse the player further in the world and hone in on the mega corporation motif. 54. To seamlessly blend cushions with gameplay, CD Projekt Red decided to frame cushions in first person, including the sex scenes, with limited exceptions. Players can, however, drive in third person, and the player's character is visible in areas such as mirrors and security cameras. 55. The decision by game director Adam Badalski to include nudity was tactfully planned, with Badalski stating, "Nudity is important for us because of one reason. This is cyberpunk, so people augment their body. So the body is no longer sacred, it's profane, expanding upon transhumanist beliefs." 56. The Quest team took several changes in comparison to the Quest system in The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, 2015. Game logic was implemented to allow for players to undertake quests in seemingly random orders while remaining coherent, while doubling down on The Witcher 3 philosophy of a quest twist. 57. To reuse pastries written during the game's development, unused parts from the main story were turned into side quests. 58. Art design. The work of Dieter Rams, left, and Sid Mead, right, served as inspiration for Night City. When designing Night City, the art design team at CD Projekt Red took multiple sources of inspiration. German industrial designer Dieter Rams and American neo-futurist concept artist Sid Mead inspired the team, who used Rams' elegance to juxtapose the low-class neighborhoods in Night City and Mead's vibrant colors and materialism to create the demeanor of Night City, in what the team called kitsch. Building these environments took the team 8 years. 59. To create a cyberpunk look for Night City, the team incorporated retro and futuristic elements. To accomplish this, the team looked at dilapidated or old-fashioned buildings, aspects of a familiar reality with futurism. For example, you could have a run-down building with an old wooden door, but a LED light might be attached to that door, which could be a part of a high-tech security system. Hiroshi Sakakibara, Environment City Coordinator at CD Projekt Red, said during a Cyberpunk 2077 live stream at Tokyo Game Show 2020. A key source of inspiration for the team was Blade Runner, 1982, which Sakakibara referred to as the Bible of all cyberpunk. 60. Other sources of inspiration for the team include the manga and anime series Ghost in the Shell, and other video games such as System Shock, 1994, and the first part of Deus Ex, 2000. 61. To design the buildings in Night City, the team consulted with urban planners and drew upon the themes of brutalist architecture. 62. 60. The game's yellow-themed design serves as the antithesis to typical neon-art. 63. The designs of Marcelo Gandini helped shape the appearance of many of the cars in the game. 64. A motorbike akin to the one in the Akira manga and anime film appears in the game, as well as a car inspired by Mad Max, Fury Road, 2015. 65. 66. To develop the world building in Night City, the team used 4 distinct visual styles: austere entropism, colorful kitsch, imposing neo-militarism, and opulent neo-kitsch to explain what happened to the world prior to the events of the game. Bulky cars and unappealing buildings represent entropism, an architectural style that came about through necessity. In entropism, practicality is valued more than aesthetics. As the economy recovered, the vibrant style of kitsch gained traction. The style of kitsch was countered with neo-militarism, an ascetic movement where the rise of corporations undid many of the stylistic decisions made in entropism. Finally, neo-kitsch incorporated the classist systems in neo-militarism with the vibrance of entropism. In neo-kitsch, the rich used scarce materials, such as wood and marble, to construct their buildings, and wear clothes from animals. 67. Night City features 6 districts, each with a unique gusto. Pacifica, for instance, was a prosperous vacation destination until an economic crisis hit, leaving the Haitian community to form a civilization around the buildings. 68. The team used the digital compositing software Nuke to design Night City. A challenge for the team was creating a global illumination system that would cast a variety of light sources on narrow streets. Nuke was used to analytically reference the lighting in our id engine with Nuke. In contrast to most other video games which used tone mapping, Cyberpunk 2077 uses a classic film LUT. In addition, Nuke was used to design the game's user interface and splash screen. 69. Audio. V is voiced by Gavindria and Cherami Lee for the male and female versions of V, respectively. 70. CD Projekt Red sought a suitable voice actor for the role of Johnny Silverhand. Keanu Reeves was approached in July 2018 for the role, and noted for his work as Neo in the Matrix franchise. Reeves' performance was recorded using motion capture technology, a process he had previously used for his performance as Neo in the Matrix, 1999. Although a newcomer to the video game format, Reeves enjoyed the script. 71. Silverhand is featured prominently in the game, with CD Projekt co-founder Marcin Iwinski recalling in an interview with Bloomberg News that Silverhand's dialogue count is second only to V. 72. Multiple licensed artists contributed to Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. Hip-hop duo Run the Jewels, composed of rappers LP and Killer Mike, wrote No Save Point for the game's soundtrack, a track that vividly critiques the socio-economic state of Night City. 73. The song is featured in the game and performed by LP and Killer Mike as Yankee and the Brave. 74. A reference to the duo's fourth studio album, RTJ4, 2020. 75. Other contributors include Canadian musician Grimes, as Lizzie Wizzy, Swedish band Refused, as Samurai, American rapper ASAP Rocky, English musician Gazelle Twin, as Trash Generation, and American musician Island Rubin, among others. 76. 74. I Really Want to Stay at Your House is a song by British singer Rosa Walton written for the game. Featured in the fictional radio station 98.7 Body Heat Radio. The song was included by Lakeshore Records and the soundtrack album Cyberpunk 2077, Radio, Volume 2, Original Soundtrack, which was released on 18 December 2020. 77. 78. The song would later on go viral in 2022 after being utilized heavily in Cyberpunk Edge Honors and chart in the United Kingdom at number 68. 79. 80. Marketing and release. Cyberpunk 2077 was announced in May 2012. 81. Trailers for the game were released in January 2013. 82. At E3 2018. 83. And at E3 2019. 84. The game was initially confirmed for Windows. 85. With PlayStation 4 and Xbox One announced at E3 2018. 83. Stadia was announced in August 2019. 86. At E3 2019, an initial release date of the 16th of April 2020 was announced. 84. This was delayed to 17 September 87, then 19 November 88, and finally 10 December. 89. The developers received death threats over the last delay. 90. The final delay was decided suddenly, with discussions commencing a day before the initial announcement. Due to Polish law, CD Projekt was not allowed to inform every member of their development team due to its large size. Around 90% were not informed until the last minute. 91. Rockfish Games Everspace 2's early access release and an expansion to Grinding Gear Games' Path of Exile, scheduled to be released in December 2020, were delayed until the following month in order to avoid competing with Cyberpunk 2077's release. 92. 93. With E3 2020 cancelled because of the COVID-19 pandemic, CD Projekt's online event Night City Wire showed additional trailers, more gameplay. 94, 95, 96, and making of footage. 97. Next generation ports for Xbox Series X/S and PlayStation 5 were initially scheduled for release in 2021, 98, but were delayed in October 2021, 99, before eventually releasing on the 15th of February 2022. 100, 101, 102. Owners of the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions were able to freely download the game on their respective next-generation models. 103, 104. The delayed standalone multiplayer was announced to launch after 2021. 105, 106. As with The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3, both Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, 107, and Bandai Namco Entertainment served as physical distributors in North America and Central Europe, 108, Australia and New Zealand, 109, respectively. Spike Chunsoft published the physical PlayStation 4 copies in Japan. 110. The versions of Cyberpunk 2077 released in Japan and China were subject to a reduction in the amount of nudity and gore portrayed in order to meet rating agency requirements and censorship laws. 111, 112. A datamin of the game's source code by hackers in February 2021 revealed that content flagged for censorship in China was tagged under Winnie the Pooh, a reference to an internet meme in which Chinese Communist Party leader Xi Jinping was compared to the titular character. 113, 114, 115, 116. Promotion. Funko Pops were obtainable starting the 16th of April 2020. 117. CD Projekt Red held a cosplay competition from June 2019 to October 2020. 118. 119. A card game created alongside publisher Kman Limited Cyberpunk 2077 Afterlife. The card game was slated for 2020 but has yet to be released. No updating announcements have been made and the card game's future remains uncertain. 120. McFarlane Toys signed a 3-year agreement to manufacture action figures. 121. The Cyberpunk 2077 themed Xbox One X, which includes a digital copy and downloadable content. 122. Became the final limited edition of that console. 123. Designed with the same aesthetic were video cards. 124. Gaming chairs. 125. Energy drinks. 126. Sneakers. 127. Smartphones exclusive to China. 128, and Peripherals. 129, 130. From May 2020, advertising company Agora Group had newspapers, online services, and radio channels doing promotion in Poland. Their subsidiaries carried out publicity outdoors and in movie theaters, using established brands to disseminate information about the game. 131, a collector's edition consisting of a custom box, steelbook case, figurine depicting a male